Wrong keyboard back over here. All right. So, let's see what we got over here from Ubisoft. Because I watched this yesterday on my own, but I imagine some of y'all want to see my reaction as well as break it down. Plus, I got extra footage. Like I said, I've actually had embargoed footage that's like I have like a half hour, like 3 different videos. If y'all want to watch those after these, but yeah, these this is pretty interesting. I don't need these anymore. But yeah, I'm still pretty stoked for this shit. So this is like the short like overview trailer.
Welcome to the first ever open world Star Wars game.
First ever open world Star Wars game? It's not. I mean, Galaxies has that one because it was like a MMO and it was a sandbox MMO. I don't know about SWTOR considering that, but you know, we'll go with that for sure. Whatever. But that said, all the other ones have been a little more linear and not as open world. Like KOTOR, it was cool, but it was definitely not open world. Like all the recent Jedi games, Survivor was bigger, but not open world. So the fact that like Ubisoft has like a pedigree of making big open world areas with all their other franchises, as well as it's massive, who's done Division stuff, so they know gunplay as well as making big interactive worlds. Like, I've been hyped for this for a while. So hopefully this doesn't disappoint in a few months here.
Set in the dangerous golden age of the underworld.
Let's raise the stakes, shall we?
It seems like there's potentially a lot of different extra shit to do. I'm going to keep pausing this, by the way, so sorry. It seems like there's a lot of other stuff to do. I feel like in one of the videos, it might be the next one I'm going to show, that they put out, it opens up on what looks like an actual like playable like arcade machine, which is like, I don't really care about that. But it's cool there's a lot of other stuff to do because I want to be able to like place it back, because if they have it set up like they did, because I remember playing it, again, this is all like, you know, rose-tinted glasses, because I haven't played it in fucking a decade, if not 2, but playing like Knights of the Old Republic, like Sabacc, was actually really fun, as a way to like earn money and like use that for like vendors and shit, you know. So I don't know if they're gonna do that in this, but
new life.
We'll see. Obviously the game looks gorgeous.
Gets
it's
pulled into a plan
Snowdrop engine, right, you know.
Everything.
I believe
so the game's
if you
gonna look
follow
amazing.
the plan, no one gets hurt.
Fortunately, she won't do it alone. From childhood, Kay and Nix have been inseparable partners.
You're welcome.
Helping each other every step of the way.
All right, distract him, Nix.
Using their criminal skills and tools. Kay and Nix will have to constantly adapt to every scenario.
Nix, you want to drop that for me? Come on. Whoa.
If you don't want me to sound the alarm, you'll get me out of here.
As your versatility grows, gain access to new skills and more lucrative contracts.
This part looks kind of badass.
There she is.
A friend needs a...
So don't get your hopes up that you'll be able to like run around with like stuff like this the entire time. From what I've seen in other bits of footage that I'll get to later, pretty ambitious, aiming for Red Dead plus Division 2. I don't think so. As much as like this is Ubisoft massive, as in the people who made Division 1 and 2, I don't think it's considered like a Division game as far as, because that's like a live service looter shooter multiplayer. This is a single player game, right? So I think it's more, you could be like open world Red Dead. There's literally fucking Deadeye, by the way. If you're not aware, later in the footage, you're going to see literally fucking like Red Dead Deadeye, which, listen, I'm not opposed to that. Also, to be fair, I guess it kind of has roots going back to at least Jedi Survivor, because they have that as well as like a force feat. You can just kind of like tag a bunch of dudes and fucking hit them. Although you don't tag them manually like you do in this. Like this is more Deadeye-esque, but yeah. But anyways, weapons like this, sadly, I don't think you're going to be walking around with this thing all the time. I think it's more like you walk through an area, you find one, you pick it up, and then you can use it while it has juice, and then you toss it aside, right? The main blaster you have will have like multiple modes, but that'll regen over time. Or like just have like a battery, you'll just hit, like, you'll just cool it down, you know? So,
A friend needs
as much as I'm like,
something
fuck yes, give me the heavy weapons, you
And
know?
in this world, your actions have consequences.
I can't let you walk out of here.
So the fact that there's like a fucking like a rep system for this, I'm pretty stoked for this, because this means good potential for multiple playthroughs, you know. Because maybe I don't know if they're gonna do the whole like, oh, you can make everyone happy. Or it's like, oh no, you could go this route and make all these guys happy, but you're gonna piss off all these other dudes and lock yourself out of stuff, or like change endings. If there's a lot of that, hell yes, replayability, love that shit.
Here. I'm gonna finish it.
Shame.
And reputation is everything.
Where is he?
The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, and more attention you'll receive from some of the most notorious syndicates of the galaxy.
And how did you think it was going to end?
Tell the governor the payments will not increase.
It's up to you where your loyalties lie.
Hey, Nick!
Being wanted by the Empire brings a new set of challenges.
This is getting bad. Hold tight!
So as your exploit...
So my question is, how much of this kind of like open vistas can you actually explore? That's what I'm really curious about. Because if it's a Red Dead, you could potentially find a way to get on top of this mountain, like go exploring and shit. My fear is that it's like, oh hey, there's like an invisible wall just be on this ridge, and like you could travel like this road or this road, and that's about it, you know? Not that, you know, this looks kind of like almost like a volcano up there, but you know, you get what I'm saying, right? Like I love exploring all this stuff and like hunting down all the little bits of lore or loot, more importantly loot. So, you know, it's Ubisoft and they have a history of making big open worlds for a lot of their different franchises. So hopefully it's not what I'm afraid of, that they're linear levels. They call it open world. I'm just hoping like all the actual areas are actually really open, you know?
Beware of who you cross.
Hang on!
I will say, the fact that they have like a whole, you can drive around maps with your own speeder thing, that's dope. That's very like, I don't even know what to compare it to. Like, it's a very Mass Effect 1 kind of, but the Theron is Mass Effect 1 gameplay on the Mako was not like good. It was like you drop down a plane, you drive around, and like maybe find a camp and you get out and you start shooting stuff, or maybe get some resources. Like, this actually seems like it'll be fun. I don't know. Hope the one system is like GTA where the cops constantly spawn ahead of you. So I have some more footage of that. Of like the stuff they gave me, because I didn't actually look at all the footage once, because like they gave me stuff a couple weeks ago, but that was like watermarked and shit, so I definitely couldn't use that at all. But it's like you could like use that to like write your videos, like write your impressions and shit, your notes, whatever. And then the actual B-roll only came like a couple of days ago. It looks like it's essentially the same footage. If it is, you can see that there are some other ways to lose it, and I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's more like the wanted system is more like if you walk by a stormtrooper, they're gonna be like, oh shit, and they're gonna start blasting or trying to stun you or whatever, you know, take you into custody. But if you're not wanted, then you'll be chill, right? We'll see some of that later.
You cross.
Hang on!
Scattered
These
across.
videos, by the way, are not gonna do it justice, because this is like a YouTube upload that they have, so the bitrate's gonna be kind of low. But man, this game is gonna look fucking gorgeous, because again, this is a Snowdrop engine, right? I'm pretty fucking sure. And Snowdrop, if you haven't played Division 1 and 2, the engine does work. Hell, I think they use that as well for the new Avatar game. So, like, man, this game is gonna look fucking gorgeous. My fear is that it's gonna be like Jedi Survivor, and it's gonna run like ass. So hopefully, they don't make that mistake.
Across the stars are
Again, we got a
unique
few months still.
locations, rich biomes, environments, and adventures to discover.
They definitely have some good
Traverse
variety
the
here,
lush jungle world of Akiva,
which I'm down for. I love that.
the
Gotta have that
ancient
variety.
city of Kijimi, the dangerous savannah moon of Tashara.
So it looks like they're hitting a lot of like this is like a new planet I don't think I've heard of, at least in other stuff. But then Kijimi is obviously like stuff from like the newer, you know, was it like episode 9, I think. So they're hitting some like old fan favorites, like the fact that we can go down to Tatooine, you'll see in a little bit here, and like actually explore Mos Eisley. Cool, you know. Even though I definitely am part of the internet crowd, like we've been to Tatooine too many times, we've seen it too many times. On the other hand, we haven't had a full real exploration of at Mos Eisley. So it's like
The ancient
outside of Star Wars Galaxies, of course, and even then that was like 2003. Eisley's kind of you know. So,
City of Kijimi,
this will definitely be interesting.
the dangerous savannah moon of Tashara,
Like how much of that can I actually explore?
or
Very
roam
curious.
the lawless planet of Tatooine. When it's time to move, pilot K's Trailblazer to transition from planet to planet.
MD, fire up the hyperdrive.
Ready to jump.
Once you land, you can explore all these worlds on Kay's S-57 Cardinal speeder.
Supposedly you can upgrade this. I don't know what that means. Be interesting to see though. Looks like they have mounted combat, so that's good.
This is the life of an
Assuming that's
outlaw.
not just like Deadeye
A life
use
where you
only.
fight, explore, and infiltrate parts of the galaxy you never thought possible. There are opportunities at every turn, and if you're willing to take the risk and defy the odds,
I will say the ship
galaxy
design,
is yours for the taking.
like, it's solid, but it's like it's kind of just a slab. So we'll see. Let me.
Like Moon couldn't have
Nope,
fucking done
wrong
that
one.
perfectly.
wrong screen. Swap to the other video now, real quick here. This one is the longer, like 10-minute video they put out at the start, I think. So. Yeah, so this is where they open up, like, on seemingly an actual, like, interactive,
Hey, new record.
you know, game, right? Look, this is restart, exit.
At the top, where it should be.
I think that's pretty dope.
Let's go, Nix.
Because, in my opinion, if they're, like, putting in, like, little stuff like this, there might be a lot of stuff like that. Like, little interactable things, little side activities, like, yes. Like, give me a reason to just get steeped in this fucking Star Wars, like, lore and universe, man. Man, part of me wants to, like, bust out the, a key sheet and, like, start trying to read these names off, but, like, nah. What's this game also included boss fights? Seems unlikely. I think it will actually have boss fights. I just think they haven't shown it yet. I think it will. The thing is, this is like a shooter game, so don't expect like Dark Souls stuff, you know? Don't expect like
Hello,
Jedi
everyone.
Survivor level.
I'm
boss
Matthias
fights.
Carlson, game director at Massive Entertainment.
I could totally see that with like stuff like ATSTs or like Rancors, or are they big mobs, you know? Or like dudes with actual good armor, like anyone with like Mandalorian armor. I don't know how many Mandalorians are actually out in the open, because this game takes place, I think, between episode 4 and 5. It's like right after episode 4, I think. So, you know, Boba Fett's obviously like fucking around doing stuff, and we know other Mandalorians are out there, but they're like mostly in hiding. So, UA is nice. Yeah, I mean, it's also, keep in mind, like a lot of that's gonna be placeholder, right? So who knows how like long it's actually gonna be. Keep in mind also, a lot of this is like they're using console stuff, so their aiming is gonna be potato.
Today, we'll show you a different type of adventure. And as we journey across multiple systems, we will come across many opportunities for a scoundrel.
Like the shit looks great. It really does.
In Star Wars Outlaws, one of your motivations for exploration is to find elusive experts scattered across the galaxy.
Okay, here we go. This, I never actually stopped this during the looking at the footage. I just kind of like let it roll, and I just kind of like sucked it all in. So we have vehicles. I'm guessing that's a ship / bike, and that's it. The fact there's an equipment tab, I like that. Abilities, so this is like they said you're gonna hunt down like experts to find stuff to like get training on. That's cool and all. But I'm more interested in what this tab is. Give me that. Reputation's cool. Databank, I love that. I'm gonna read the shit out of that as well.
These experts will help Kay
I
pick
am
up
very
new skills
curious,
to
though,
survive in the underworld.
about the inventory, because sadly I don't think we get a lot of information on that, unless they added stuff to the footage that they actually let me
Here,
download the
we're
B-roll.
looking for a gunslinger who can teach us
I
some
don't think
new
we get a lot of
tricks.
information on that, which is kind of a bummer. And my guess is
Our
they're probably still
intel points
finalizing that
to the
stuff.
Mos Eisley Cantina on
So we got map borders right here, which is like, man, the fact that this looks like we can actually, I mean, again, this could be a wrong impression. We might actually get a full-on Mos Eisley to explore, which is fucking bonkers, because we haven't had that since Star Wars Galaxies. Because I don't even think you go there. Do you even go to Tatooine and SWTOR? I don't think you do. No, you do. I remember that. Yeah, there's the whole like rat gold plague event that I remember like infecting people with. Yeah, so it's a thing, but it's not the same at all. And SWTOR still has a lot of very linear like level design for stuff. So I don't think you go to Isley to begin with. So the fact that we have like a full-on Isley, it's like, yes. I am very much like, oh, Tatooine again, you know? But on the flip side, I'm still a Star Wars nerd, man. So seeing like this, oh man, I'm fucking I'm excited for this shit for sure.
Tatooine. So let's head back to our ship.
Like if they give me plenty of side stuff to do and explore and side quests and shit, oof, man.
We're
The
picking up in
environments in this, by
Acra
the way,
Station.
the environments in this all look so goddamn good. Maybe I should turn on the audio so you guys can just hear me instead. But man,
A remnant of the Clone Wars.
oh,
It used
okay.
to
So
be
yeah,
a
here we go, right here.
refueling
Something you can pick up. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's lore or what.
station that now
But
acts as a trade
you're gonna
outlet
see a
for
lot of this
illegal
through some of the extra
contraband.
footage I'm gonna show later.
It's a great place.
One time
to
she like picks
resupply.
some stuff up and it's like credits. Like, what do you do with credits, man? What do you do with credits? You know, like what can we buy? I
Merchants
feel
are
like
often affiliated
we got to
with
get
the
some other
syndicate
footage closer to
and might
release
offer you a
talking
special
about
deal
that.
if
I'm
you're
just
in
kind of
good
surprised they
standing
haven't
with
yet. Okay, so there's a vendor, right? More pickup stuff. Shop. Like, what do we shop for? I don't know.
This kind of business attracts all kinds of shipjackers, contract brokers, and
Game would have been
corrupt
so much better if you can
officials.
create your own character. So, part of me is like, yeah, I prefer character creation in any game. Full stop. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. On the flip side, I feel like because they're trying to like do certain narrative stuff, I feel like there may have been a lot of like mocap stuff with the actress who's playing the main character. I don't know if that's what they did. I'm assuming they did, and a lot of like performance capture stuff. And the problem with that is, I don't know if the technology is there yet to do like, even if they did have like one main actor and one main actress, and that way if you pick like, you know, what you either or, right, and then you can like do your face morphs from there. I don't think you can have like your character customization and then make it look good to slap the mocap or the facial capture stuff on top of that. So, you know, I can see where you're coming from, but personally I see the technical side of that being potentially a pain in the ass. So this, like, being stuck to just K, doesn't matter to me whatsoever. It's Star Wars, and man, I'm happy, you know? And like, we haven't seen a ton of dialogue from Kay, but she doesn't seem annoying at all. It seems, honestly, like the game seems very much, you're gonna see a lot later in other footage. I don't know how much we're gonna see in this one, but you're gonna see a lot of footage that looks like, it looks almost like Red Dead meets Uncharted, you know? Red Dead, like shooting / open world, etc., meets Uncharted, because there's a lot of Uncharted climbing and stuff, you know?
Your ship,
and a lot of
the
like
trailer
having
is refined
your
EML 850,
your pet, was it
the
Nex,
last
I
of its
think?
kind.
He just having him like drop stuff on
On
people,
board,
you know?
You'll find everything you
I guess
need
that's kind
to
of like
finalize your
BD1-esque
preparations.
as well, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of like having your companion do stuff, which is cool, but I don't know. It ain't really weird for me, you know?
Hey, Andy.
Hi, Kay.
So, we'll see. I will say, I saw this when I went over this footage yesterday. Come on. I really hope some of the stuff you can buy is different hairstyles, because I don't know why that bun is just like, come on. I don't know. I hope there's some customization there, as far as like outfits and whatnot, you know, and hairstyles
Each
maybe.
planet has its own system for you to explore, and
I don't
many
expect
opportunities
much in the
to
way
make
of,
a few
like,
credits,
going
which you can
crazy
choose
in depth,
to engage
though.
with or not.
I will say though, actually, Jedi Survivor, even though that is EA, they did do a bunch of like hair
This
and like
is
facial
Kay
hair
Best.
customization
I'm
for
aboard the Trailblazer.
Cal.
I'm coming to help.
So maybe they'll get that in this. Who knows? Also, this whole section, by the way, pretty sweet, because that means you can like stop off and like. It seems like these sections might not be as narrow in focus as stuff like, I don't know, Starfield, you know, like when you like go to an area immediately or exit a station. There's potentially a lot of other little cool stuff to stop at, which is nice, you know. Also, the ship combat in this looks pretty, like, it doesn't look like crazy space sim stuff, but it doesn't really need to be, you know. It looks like it's fluid enough and solid enough that it's like, it'll be satisfying, you know. So I'm totally okay with it being the way it is. Personally, I like first person. I don't know if you can do first person flying, but it's cool, you know?
In space, your actions also have consequences.
Yeah,
and
again,
can
we see
impact
credits.
the
Don't know what we're
reputation
using
of
those for.
syndicates.
We've seen vendors.
This optional dogfight allowed
Because it's on the Mass Effect Shepard thing. Yeah, but again, keep in mind,
while
Mass
making
Effect's
few
old,
credits.
and they don't have mocap, like facial mocap for that stuff, you know?
Now let's
A
continue
lot
our
of
journey
bigger
and head
budget
to Tatooine.
games will actually have like an actor or actress in studio with like a whole camera rig, like pointed directly at their face to get all the animation data. Looking at like GTA 5, you know? How those are like, not only do they have like top tier facial animations, they are like essentially, for the most part, the characters look like one-to-one likenesses of the actors, you know? So, and considering some of the animations I've seen in this, a lot of that seems to be going that way. So again, like, taking that, I don't know. New season starts today, tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursdays are my day off, so I'll be hitting that up Friday. But yeah, new season starts tomorrow. So if you're trying to like max out the 76 season, you got today and the weekly resets that happens in a couple hours, right? So you know, if you're trying to get to like 100 or whatever, you got one more set of dailies and weeklies to hammer out.
Welcome to legendary Mos Eisley.
Yeah, this. So it looks like, first off, The fact that you can like fly to planets is pretty dope. This one didn't really show it. It looks like, unless I missed it here. Yeah, you hit hyperspace and then you go to the planet, and then I think no, you do have like a moment of like free fly here. In other footage, if they still have it, you can kind of like you can select different landing zones, and then it looks like it's going to take you on like a pre-rendered like cutscene. It shows this stuff. I don't know how much control we actually have over this. My guess is it'll like just automatically kind of like pilot us down, but it looks like it's still trying to remain somewhat seamless, even though there's like some hidden cutscenes, like with like the fog right here, probably. Still cool. I still dig it. Also, the sight, seeing like full-on eyes like this, man,
The infamous hive
looks so good.
scum and villainy.
Like the immersion from the hidden loading screen. Yeah, exactly. That's fantastic.
straight
That's
to
something
destination.
Starfield needs to get down.
Or explore what the
Like this game, if this game got a mod toolkit like Starfield, oh man, whoo boy. But yeah, it did show the landing spots. Really? Did I miss that? Did I miss that?
Tatooine space.
Because the other video that I have shows a menu. It shows like a menu, and it shows like a flight. It'll show like you can select like here, 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 and it'll show like a flight path going to each of the areas, and you select it from a menu.
is in the clutches of the Hut Cartel.
I'm not sure if you guys want to see it. I'm
reputation with
assuming you
them is
do.
poor, so
But I
we
have
best
like
be on our
literally
way.
3 other videos that are like 9 minutes each. Almost a half hour of extra footage. That's in 4K if you want to see that. Because I'm down. There are 4 choices? Really? Am I blind?
So we best be
Oh, you're right. This stuff. Okay, yeah. So maybe they just didn't highlight it. Okay, yeah.
on our way.
Oh yeah, you can see the flight path right here. The yellow highlighted stuff right here. So yeah. This is still cool though, because the fact is like it you get a little cutscene for this obviously, but you know it kind of like takes the loading, makes it a little more seamless, you know, instead of just
Or
looking at like a load screen.
explore
So
what the city
I'm
has
down
to
for that, you know. Immersion is top tier thus far.
Recreating this iconic city
Also,
is a
man,
dream
God,
come true
Isley looks
for our
so
team.
fucking good. Like the
Allowing
most
us to
recent
show
Isley
parts
we've
of
got
Los
to
Angeles
explore, I
we've
think, was in
never
like
seen before.
Battlefront 2 maybe, and like it's a good map, but it's a round-based shooter and it's a small, it's an FPS map, you know.
There are many opportunities for
Like
scoundrel,
yeah.
including working your way in with the
So
Hut
I'm
Cartel.
assuming we can actually play
It's
Sabak
for
right here,
scoundrel.
because that's what those cards look like. The fucking hexagon cards. I'm pretty sure it's Sabak. So this, like, you know, that could be
Including
fucking sweet.
working your way in.
I hope it's not overly complicated. That's a problem. I feel like, oh no, it's not Sabak. This might be Sabak. The problem is, it's not Sabak. It's Pazak. I think it's what's called in KOTOR. I hope whatever they have isn't a pain in the ass to learn, because Pazak was pretty easy to learn. I feel like they've had a card thing and something else recently, and I was like, meh.
Many opportunities for
Maybe I'm
scoundrel, including working
misremembering
your way
something.
in with the
I don't
Hut
know.
Cartel. Most of Tatooine's economy is under their control, even though the increased
So yeah, my guess is with the wanted system, essentially, if you were wandering out, these guys would be either holding up their guns or blasting you or something like that. But otherwise, you can just like kind of walk right past. So I'm pretty sure the wanted system isn't like they're spawning on top of you. It's more like an aggro system, right?
presence has been hurting their business.
By the way. Yeah.
But first, we need to pick up the trail of our expert gunslinger. The best place to start is the cantina.
In a lot of footage, there seem to be a few speeder cutscenes.
asking
I'm hoping they
around,
just
we
add.
learn about
Yeah, I'm
characters
hoping that's
deadly
just
with
what
the
they did to
blaster, and who
transition
used
from
to
like
work for
one
the Hut
segment
Cartel.
of like the stream reveal to another.
Our intel
You'll see it in a
leads
little
to
bit
one
here, I
of
think,
their
when she finishes with this part.
located
That's what I
in
am
the
worried about.
southern
That is
hills.
something I saw yesterday. I'm like, eh. So yeah, it looks like we
Traveling
got
to your
multiple
destination
segments.
can
I'm
be an
guessing that's her
adventure
health, and this is
itself.
probably the booster bike. Yep. And that's the battery for the blaster, looks like, as
As
well.
you move across scorching dunes and dusty valleys, you'll quickly realize
See,
that
like this right
invo-
here. That, like, this, don't get me wrong, looks cool.
Traveling to your destination,
But
can
this
be an
I'm a little
adventure
worried
in
about.
itself.
See, I want to be able to, like, hop off and, like, explore all this shit, you know? The fact that it kind of like, goes straight into this is, like, this could be them making a cutscene to, like, not show A to B, you know? Which I'm perfectly fine with for a showcase, right?
Adventure in
But if
itself.
there's like an invisible wall here where it's like traveling to the next area and it shows a little cutscene like this, I'm gonna be
As
a
you
little
move
disappointed.
across scorching dunes and dusty
Now, if each of the previous areas, like when you're driving around out here, if this is like a giant fucking area and then they just have like a little cutscene transition between them, I'm gonna be a little annoyed, but I get it, you know? Maybe they can't load the entire fucking explorable area in like one load screen, in like one map, you know? Like, I get that.
valleys, you'll quickly realize
Hopefully-
that this lawless desert planet
Hopefully this
still
is like
holds
them,
many
like,
mysteries.
hey, we don't want to show a 10-minute driving sequence to get to the mission area that we want to show, you know? Hopefully that's that. We'll see, though.
We've reached our destination. We need to locate our storehouse and find our way into this
The
heavily guarded
usual,
fortress
grabbing
without
your
triggering
binoculars
the
and
alarm.
scouting out an area as you'd expect from an Ubisoft game. Not a bad thing, by the way.
Busy place.
Again, for open world games, I'm perfectly fine, and for Star Wars, I love that shit. Give me all of this. This be single player? No, it's a single player game. Yeah, it's not multiplayer. Now, would that be sick if they added in like some live service Division-esque multiplayer mode / expansion after the game comes out? Oh my god, I would lose my shit. However, I am not expecting co-op. I am not expecting multiplayer of any kind in this. The main game will not have it. They haven't said anything about that. It's a single player open world game. But Ubisoft, they've got a Ubisoft Massive specifically has a pedigree of Division 1 and 2 being multiplayer games. So if they allow us to make character customization with a DLC and make a fresh character and do exploring and shit, like, I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of sick. I don't know though. Probably not happening. Don't get your hopes up. We have literally no information on that whatsoever. I think there's been some talk of like DLC for this. I think if you get like the deluxe edition, but I don't think we know anything about that really. So single player game. Don't expect anything else. Like it looks like it's gonna be a big Ubisoft open world, but also Star Wars, which is like, fuck yes, I'm so fucking hyped for this. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Because it's Snowdrop, we already know they have multiplayer capabilities on that engine. Because again, Division 1 and 2. Would it be sick? Hell yes. Do I think it's gonna happen? Not at all. Is it like a nice tinfoil hat theory to mull over? Oh yeah.
Data pad or something that can tell me who that old gunslinger is.
So yeah, it looks like these are a lot of like interactables that you could like have your companion Nix, I think is it Nix or Nex? I think it's Nix. Having him like go fuck with people. Yeah, a lot of these action sequences seem very Uncharted-esque, which is not a bad thing at all, by the way. Yeah, as long as the gunplay seems smooth, then we're good. Obviously, in the footage, it's not gonna look that smooth because they're playing on a controller, you know. But that, you know, it is what it is. I will say, I do like this because that in all like normal rights for like stealth games, stealth parts of games, this should have been a stealth takedown, and the other guy wouldn't have known. The fact that you're still making enough noise and this guy over here freaks out, like you can see like the second the punch goes across, the question mark shows up. So it's like, you know what? I'm down for that. It's not a game that's just gonna hand wave like, oh, you snuck up behind a person and pressed X, completely silent takedown. The guy across the room doesn't know. It's like, no, they'll figure shit out. But you hit him with the stun. So the stun, as far as I'm aware, because I see it in some other videos, the stun is something that you'll just like, once you unlock it, I guess, I'll probably unlock it. It's gonna be like a one-shot mechanic that seemingly that takes a while to charge up. So it's like using like a consumable essentially, right? Easy. So don't expect to like run around and just be like, oh, you can just run around one-tapping dudes. Not quite. I'm pretty sure that was Y button right here, maybe. Maybe it was the right button.
Alright, let's see what we have here.
Lock-picking minigame. Don't know how this works, but that's cool. I'm down for that, you know?
Yes, I got it.
I love that, by the way, where it shows the Orbesh before it shows like converting it. Like, yes, love that. Love that.
I should talk to her.
And the font for everything and the restricted area, you're showing the Star Wars font for all that. Oh,
We've
so
been
good.
spotted. Well, we
So
now
good.
know where to find our gunslinger. Let's get out of here quick.
We're in trouble, pal.
That guy's got some HP. Oh, okay. Yeah, like look at that slow turn from one dude to look at the explosive barrel.
We need a quick exit.
That console controller potato aim. I'm not even mad. I love this game so fucking much already. I just, my own, like I said earlier, my only real hope is that we get some good loot to chase, you know, some good reason to do all the exploration besides just lore, you know. And hopefully it's more than just like outfits or saber colors. Obviously, I say saber colors because of Jedi Survivor, but that's all it was in Jedi Survivor, right? And Jedi Fallen Order, it's just outfits for you or BD and saber pieces. It's like Man, I hope as much. So the default blaster she gets looks cool, but I want to be able to hunt other ones. I want to have different blasters with different effects on them or different damage, or maybe like one of them has like, okay, this one fires way faster, but the battery runs out sooner, or something like that, you know? Like if you have alternate blasters to swap between, that's dope. They don't need to have like damage numbers and shit like Division, but I want other stuff to be hunting. If they let me get like, I don't know, the fucking blaster that Padme uses in episode 1, that'd be fucking dope. If you let me get like fucking all kinds of different blasters that have like different like traits to them. Maybe one has like a fat battery, low damage, really fast rate of fire, you know? All kinds of different shit like that. That'd be awesome. Because thus far, they haven't shown like anything about that. Other than like, hey, you can swap your blaster to like stun mode or whatever, you know? I don't know.
If you're still looking for Haas, I haven't seen him.
Actually, I'm here for you.
Actually, console
I
auto
heard
makes
you're the
stuff makes
best shot on
it's
the
easier.
planet.
Yeah, that's assuming you have aim assist turned on.
Best.
But this
Now is
is
not a good
most
time.
likely
The Huts are
a
coming, and I
controller
need to get ready.
recording
Get
on
your blaster
PC
out.
for the visuals. I could be
What
wrong.
we have
though.
just
Could be
shown you
console
is
stuff.
the
I don't
beginning
know.
of one of the many adventures you can go on
But
in Star Wars
it was definitely
Outlaws.
like
Whether you
console
want to
aim.
learn new blaster skills,
Yeah, that's full on
upgrade your
Deadeye, by the
speeder,
way, right there.
adventures you can go on in Star Wars Outlaws.
Like boop.
Whether you
marks
want to
everything.
learn new blaster skills,
Totally okay with that
upgrade your
too.
speeder, or become an unstoppable thief. Finding an expert is always an adventure in a galaxy full of opportunities.
Looks like she had a different outfit right there. Well, that's getting the YouTube video muted right there, probably. Anyways, so yeah, do y'all want to see the rest of the footage I have? Because these are just the stuff they put up on YouTube. I've got extra stuff. If you don't, that's cool. We can call it here. Oh, where's my flash drive at? So, let's make a playlist out of VLC. And because this is a lot of footage, it's like there's a 1 minute of like B-roll for environmental stuff, and then there's like I'm dragging it all into place right now. Yeah, there's like almost a half hour of other footage from 3 different segments. So I mean, you know. So this is just some B-roll stuff, but it clearly, I mean, if they're showing off like the base, this is from like part of the earlier. God, like it looks so fucking clean, dude. It looks so clean. I know it's not gonna come across as clean on the stream, but man, this is the game looks so good. This is just B-roll, so don't expect anything out of this. But this is a short little bit here. Can I see my cursor? You cannot. There we go. Wait, so if season starts tomorrow, we'll get weekly challenges today? You probably will. So the thing is, with the weekly in 76, like, you might have, I don't know if you want to do the weeklies. Do them at your own risk. Now, almost certainly, I'd say, I'm actually, I put like 90% maybe. God, that area looks so fucking sick. The ice area, oof. They might give you fresh weeklies tomorrow because there's gonna be a new season, but they also, like, if you do weeklies today, you might be locked out of some of those. So losing your first week of first bit of weeklies, you know, that might suck.
I understand increasing our credit flow, but
So
the risk's really worth it.
Always request a transfer.
You know,
I've considered it.
But you're getting used to the life.
was that a gun store? Where? The previous video? It could be a gun store. I think that's maybe something else. We don't know. This is just B-roll. So question mark. I didn't play this. This is like a lot of the stuff for like people who like want to do their own impressions video, because some people are going to be able to get, like, do hands-on if they're actually at the showcase, which I was not. So it looks dope. I don't know though. I think this is more like this, considering the axe and whatnot. I don't think this is a gun store. I think this gives off vibes more of like maybe it's a gun store where you go to like do story. I don't think you're gonna be buying this, so don't get your hopes up. Realistically, we're probably gonna use pistol whole game outside of like stuff you pick up for like temporary issues.
I understand increasing our credit flow, but is the risk really worth it?
You could always request a transfer.
I've considered it.
But you're getting used to the life the extra money affords, aren't you?
What can I say? Thornton makes it very difficult to leave. Got something,
Like,
bud?
God, the reflections off the floorboards here, man. Gameplay's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a bunch of raw footage that Ubisoft let me have, because I didn't actually get to go to the thing.
Time to distract them, Nix.
So it looks pretty dope. Like the whole having your companion do stuff. Like, come on, that's pretty funny. I'm down for that mechanic, you know. I think you could probably use a lot of these mechanics for like your stealth playthrough, but you can also probably just go blast it in if you want to.
Lights out.
Looks like there's challenges. I don't know what the challenges do. No idea. Maybe you get bonuses for doing those. Not a clue. But yeah, again, more like takedown stuff, notifications. I think that's a chest right here. Yeah, so, so like, what are these chests for? My thing is, man, like, the gamer, and more importantly, the Star Wars nerd in me sees all this stuff. I'm like, stop! Go play, open those things. What are you doing, man? And sadly, we don't get to see any of that, you know? I think at one point they maybe do something to pick up something for some credits, but yeah, we have no idea what loot or stuff will be in this game, if anything. We have seen that there's an inventory screen in the previous video, so that's good. I'll blast
Come on,
the asses,
buddy.
no sneaking for you. I mean, hey, you know, you can do that.
We're not getting through that hangar with all those troopers. Maybe we can get them out of here. Here goes.
Mini games for stuff, which is fine. That's cool. I'm down for that.
All right. Okay, biological sample to be shipped. That should work. Let's get back to the ship.
Do not raise the alarm. Meanwhile, alarm going off outside. So yeah, there you go. You can see like that looks like a temporary like E11 you could grab, but I feel like later in this, I think this footage, if it's the same as the stuff they let me see a couple weeks ago, you're gonna see like she might pick up an E11 and start using it for a little bit, but it runs out of juice pretty quickly. So I don't think we're gonna be able to like run around with those kind of stuff for a while, right? So that's pretty smooth as far as the gunplay.
Drop
you
the
know?
cargo ramp. Let us in.
Us? Who's us?
Just open the ramp.
Something's wrong. It's jammed. I'll fix it.
Shoot the barrel!
I'm on my own here.
Nice one, Nick. If you want to live through this, you'll
The
get the
barrel's
thing
gonna go off and
open.
get him anyways. Still decides, you know what? I'm gonna shoot him anyway.
Just figure it out. There's a lot of troopers out here.
I get it. Just don't let them hurt the trailblazer.
So logging for Battlefront 2 now, plays an officer. I mean, hey, I've got the Star Wars itch as well. Why do you think I've been doing Starfield, man? Why do you think I modded up the Starfield playthrough? I saw this footage like a couple weeks ago, and I'm just like, I mean, I've had a hankering for Star Wars for a while, obviously, because we got nothing this year until this comes out, you know. But man, there you go. Look at it. So she grabs the E11, but looks like it has only a certain amount of juice in it, which is kind of just like, you know, like the nerd in me like fucking loves E11s, man. I realize like walking around with an E11, some stormtroopers be like, "That's Imperial issued firearm. What are you doing?" You know. But still, man, come on. I just hope that like they let me get different pistols, you know, with the equipment stuff. I don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna be doing that. They've talked about nothing as far as loot goes. So, we'll see.
No, that was our way out.
Then we'll make another one.
Ah, yes, the classic. Let's fire blaster shots at a ship.
Get us out of here. TIE intercepted.
Because that's going to do something.
This in, Kay?
We can make it. We're out.
This area looks pretty sick.
Not yet, we aren't. TIEs are still on us.
Oh, we need to get away from this station.
Fly back through the debris field. TIEs hate it in there.
So the fact that you can see like there's multiple different things out here, they skipped ahead a little bit, but like there's multiple different things already you can just go fuck around with. It's like, yes.
Right, okay. Guess I'll need to take out these ties first.
Understood.
I think the only thing that I would like really want to see out of this game, which they haven't shown yet at all, and I know they're not going to, would be like a first-person mode. Because man, the immersion for first-person mode is like, oof, oof. I want a lot of good loot. And I want first-person. I just want first-person Fallout in Star Wars. Can I get that? You know. This looks fucking good though. I will say, the fact that you get like little space combat segments as well to go with it, that's good. I do dig it. Because there's a lot of lovely eye candy to take in.
That's it. We've lost them.
This fucked up cruiser here, ooh man, looks so cool. Yeah, this is where you go over here and you clear your water level. I haven't seen anything spawn in yet. In like all the footage, I didn't see like enemies spawn in. I think it's just more just if you're around if you don't have like a water level, they're just gonna aggro you. So the whole like worry about the cops spawning after you like in Red Dead, I don't think that's a thing, right? Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, right? By the way, you can see like much more like actual like the landing, you know, routes you're gonna take in. Still, the fact that let me back that up for a second here. Nope, gotta back it up a little more. Shows at least 3 different for this area, for this planet, and like what 3 or 4 options for Tatooine. If these cities are big, or these landing areas are big areas to explore, that's sick. Because I think they've confirmed like 4 planets at least right now. I'm not 100% on like everything. I haven't been like I've been keeping on this game, but I haven't been like following every tidbit of information. But if there's like 4 planets at least, and all of them have at least 3 zones, that's a lot of fucking exploration to do. Which I'm so for. I am so for. Let's get back to where we were. So yeah, like you select the area, goes to the hides the load screen, as it were, you know. So I can't imagine they let you move around. They still show you the HUD, I think, to give you the illusion that you can keep flying, but still, it's cool, you know. Like, damn, look at that vista. Pretty fucking sick looking. What up, Sarah? How's it going?
There we go. I'll be back soon. And don't trash the place, Bosnock.
So yeah, this is just gonna be them walking in. I guess I'll just let it play it out. Fuck it. But yeah, they got the Star Wars atmosphere like down perfect. Like the game just I like this main character invested. I'm intrigued. I want to know more about the story, but man, I just want to like have a good Star Wars world to explore, and this game looks like it's gonna have that so much so, and it's like yes. The only thing is just like, what am I looting? What am I doing with my money? What are these vendors for? You know, we've seen an inventory tab. We haven't seen them open it though. They haven't used vendors yet, any of that. So like, oh man, God, seeing all this fucking ore brush everywhere, and these big fucking signs. Oh, it's so clean. It all looks so good. Fuck. I can't wait for this. I'm gonna have to. Nearly 3 months. I hope this game's good, man. I really do. I hope it runs well. Because if we have another Jedi Survivor in my hands, that's gonna break my heart, man. Because Jedi Survivor ran like shit, and I'm on a 3060 Ti. It's not like that old of a card. Sure, we're gonna get the 5 series this year, but like, man, last year I was only 1 series behind when Jedi Survivor came out. And that was like an April release too. So like, looks like 1970 80s pop star. Yeah, that's original Star Wars timeline aesthetic.
Gorak, I can see that
When New Hope came out and whatnot. Because this game is taking place, I think, right after episode 4, if I recall. So we're right after, I think, the Hoth invasion, I think. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if it's like during episode 4 or right after.
Hey, buddy.
So I don't know if we're gonna see Han and Carbonite at Hutt's Palace, because I'm assuming we go to Hutt's Palace. If we saw Hutt or Jabba with Bib Fortuna and fucking whatever the stupid little fucking laughing alien, you know, the little gremlin, whatever's fucking, I can't remember his name. Salacious Crumb? Actually, it might be Salacious Crumb, actually. You know, we might see Solo there. The Solo icicle, you know. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of this, by the way. A lot of like Uncharted platforming, which I guess, to be fair, isn't necessarily just Uncharted platforming. They have this like in Assassin's Creed and whatnot these days, but like, yeah, and in Fallen Order as well. But yeah, so hopefully you're okay with that, because some of these areas definitely seem like you're gonna have a lot of that, which is fine with me. You know, I like that as well. Variety to the gameplay is good, as long as you have big areas to explore. Which again, as you can see right here, there's something to pick up. I don't think she's going to, which is really annoying, so I want to see what that is. Oh wow, old galactic credits. Amazing. What do we do with these credits, man? What do we earn money for in this game? What are these vendors for? What's the inventory? I need these questions answered. I'm all down for finding lore and stuff. I am. So yeah, I guess they're not really doing like the commentary over this like that I got the embargo stuff from weeks ago. So it seems like there's gonna be a couple different modes. There's gonna be like a stun gun, which we already saw in like one of the previous things. It's like essentially like a one-shot mechanic, but it's gonna take a long cooldown to charge it up, you know? Then there's that one, which I think that mode looks like the mode they mentioned before, which is essentially you can swap your blaster to shoot ion blast shots, which is for like taking down shields and shit. Like that. And then there's the regular blaster, which looks like, from what I can tell from like the heat meter there, you're not gonna have to deal with like ammo, which is good, frankly, because I'm not huge on ammo pickups for stuff in a lot of games. You just got to deal with like a heat meter, you know, so that's fine. I'm down for that.
Whoa, was this the ship's reactor?
I think they're cutting out a lot of the dialogue.
Waka, I
Nope.
need to get power to the ship somehow.
Okay, this is the dialogue.
I think
Okay,
I'm
never
at the reactor.
That's your best bet. It's probably a multi-step activation from bottom to top. If it works at all.
Now, I don't think it's gonna happen because it's a snowdrop engine. But one thing that is sick about Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order is that they're on Unreal. At least Fallen Order is. So you can actually like use the UEVR fucking mod to like you look at that shit in VR, which is like oof.
All right.
I don't know how like a third-person like action game plays in VR, but just being able to like walk through those environments in VR is like that's kind of sick. Not that I need VR for this, obviously, but that'd be cool. You know, if someone makes a mod for this, I don't know how, like modability. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing for this. I hope people do mod extra stuff into this. I don't think, the thing is, Ubisoft doesn't have like a history of like doing a lot of mod stuff or like letting people get mod kits, so I think the dream of like having a crazy moddable Star Wars game sadly is out the window. Luckily we got Starfield for that, you know, but I don't know. I'm still like psyched out, hyped up for the fucking whatever the hell this is gonna be. I just need it in my hands right now, Ubisoft. Someone put me to sleep for like 3 months. Wake me up when this comes out, you know?
Okay, reactor's up. Now let's see if it'll power the rest of the ship.
Come on, you gotta go left.
Okay, I think we gotta climb up to the top.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go that way, never mind. I guess it's the timed segment part.
actually worked. That should get us to the control room.
Yeah, so I will say, when they revealed this last year, we didn't see a lot of Nyx doing stuff, and I honestly kind of got the impression that it might be a little annoying to have like a companion with you the whole time. But having seen like all the footage that they put out yesterday, as well as this stuff here that I saw like a couple weeks ago,
I made it.
totally fine with them. Companion seems pretty chill, if not pretty cute at times, you know. So like, I'm down. You know. I will say the 6 ears, whatever he's got, a little weird, you know.
I can't pry this open.
He's cool.
I think it needs
I'm
authorization.
down. I need this game right now, though, please.
All right.
Yeah, the usual go here,
Authorization
press a button
granted.
to turn on the thing, yeah,
Just
whatever.
instruct the nav computer.
That's fine, right? I don't want them overdoing like all the random mini games like we saw in the other bit, though, so I'm okay with that.
How did they find us?
So far, the world seems like Jedi Survivor. It had open world parts. Just maybe 2 areas with a little bigger. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. We haven't seen like the big open exploration shit. You know, they show the like going to missions and whatnot. So the fact that like this is being advertised as an actual open world game, and Ubisoft as well as Massive have made plenty of open worlds, I'm gonna trust them in that it's actually that, and it's not the linear-ish areas with slightly larger, you know, hub areas like Jedi Survivor, you know? Because Fallen Order was extremely linear. Jedi Survivor was pretty linear with like a couple hub areas that were open for like more exploration and shit. And there still wasn't much there, you know? Like I 100%ed that on the hardest difficulty and then get on the collections and shit, and I'm still just like, I wish there was more, you know? I wish it wasn't over as fast. I'm just hoping this game doesn't have that, because Fallen Order was really short. Jedi Survivor wasn't as short, and it was good, but still was not that long. I just want like a reason to like, you know, hunt stuff down. Hey, you using ion mode. Oh, the ion stun, I guess?
Something's not right about this, Nyx. Let's grab it and go.
Grab the rifle, man. Come on. I want to see you shoot that thing.
This looks like a nav computer.
Progression doesn't seem to be lacking for such a big game. What, this? We have no idea in progression.
Failed,
Keep in mind, like we've seen what?
If this
14 minutes that they showed. The trailer part's a lot of chopped up bits, and then this, which is a lot of narrow, very narrow slices. I think saying progression seems
Nyx, run!
progression seems to be lacking. I don't know about that one. Like I think we just haven't seen enough to really judge that.
This way.
That's why they would have showed it by now? Yeah, maybe. I feel like that's maybe stuff that they're... The thing is, I feel like that's also stuff they could be easily fine-tuning still, you know? They don't know what's gonna make it, what's not, so they're not showing it off yet.
Found us.
Because if they don't have like some kind of okay progression, like what's the point of doing all those credits for it?
Come on.
Like, ooh, speed upgrade for your speeder. Meh. You know? So I don't think it's gonna be just that.
Okay, let's just take a second here. Enough. Just come quietly.
Item.
Who are you?
Run. I said, run.
That's kind of fucked. It's like thermal detonator, just casually, just like, all right, yeah. You can't damage me. I'm gonna fucking just like lock you in a room and chuck a nade in.
No. We need to get out of here next. Keep running. We'll jump to anywhere.
I think I'm supposed to get this game for free since I bought it from Newegg.
There.
You should get on that and figure out if it's a yay or nay. You got months to do so still. Who's that? So I think that eventually becomes your companion. I don't know what the call sign is or what she calls him, but like we've seen him in footage sitting in like the co-pilot seat. So eventually, I'm guessing that's the introduction to the character, which is, I don't know if I like them showing that off already. I feel like it's a smidge of a spoiler, but whatever. It probably happens pretty early on, so that's probably a pretty early mission realistically. Hold up. Look at Nyx's face right here, man. He's like, oh, snow. Look at him just Okay, dude.
This is a restricted area. You need to back
Guys,
away
that different
right
color
now.
poncho. I mean jacket. Yeah,
Fine.
that's my fear is that they do what they did in Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor. Where it's like, in Fallen Order is basically like, hey, different ponchos or no poncho, and then different jumpsuit, and that was it. At least they had like a bunch of different clothing options. Like you could like look almost like a Clone Wars Jedi with like the armor and shit. You know, they had like a bunch of different outfits. You could look like fucking Kyle Katarn almost with some of their outfits. Like they had a lot of different callbacks as well as like some of the pre-order stuff. Like, hey, you could look like Anakin, you could look like Luke, you know, like that kind of stuff. They had a bunch of different like saber customization, which was, you know, cool. But they also had blaster customization, so you could like get like a DL44 if you want or that kind of shit. Like that was cool, but again, it wasn't really enough. Because the blaster, you don't really upgrade other than like getting like, oh, a power shot, you know? And it's all just, you had to like charge it up, right? Because you're using a blaster so much in this, I hope they let us get different types that have like different like faster rate of fire, lower rate of fire, more damage, less damage, you know, larger battery, faster cooldown, whatever, you know? I want that. We need that. I want more loot than just that, obviously, but you know, considering we never see her with anything other than the blaster at her hip, I can't imagine they're gonna let us like get larger weapons to run around with, other than like the pick up, consume it, and then toss it away kind of stuff, you know? Which again, I'm fine with that if that's the route they go. I just want to see a ton of different blasters, or I don't know. I want to have a reason to like hunt down all that money and shit, you know? Like I want to have a reason, like, oh shit, there's a dope fucking new blaster, I want to buy that, but I need a ton of money. Let's go fucking gambling, boys. Let's play Sabacc all fucking day, you know, or whatever, you know? Like I want to have reasons for all that shit. But I'm just like, hey, let's see the content once, and that's it, you know. Looks like just a ship and pre-order upgrade. Well, yeah, that's just with pre-order stuff. That doesn't really mean anything. Those are usually like cosmetics. That's like standard pre-order stuff, not just Ubisoft, but like that's standard affair for like most video game stuff. It's like, hey, alternate skins. Like you have an alternate like Equinox skin for the Starfield pre-order, you know, an alternate like Constellation suit. That's it, you know? They're just cosmetics, right? I want one of the blasters like 100. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they leave us to pistol blasters only, I'm fine with that. I don't need rifles and whatnot. We can find those. I just want to be able, like, we have seen so many different blaster types in the Star Wars universe. Forget about what we've seen in the Star Wars, like, Starfield modded run that I've been fucking with. In the Star Wars universe, in films and games and TV shows, like we've seen so many different pistols that they could throw into this that would just be like, oh. Like imagine you're running through an area and you find a fucking, like you open a chest and it's just like, bro, a fucking DL44 is staring back at you. I'm gonna lose my shit. You know?
Control room. Gonna need to find a key card.
So yeah, remember when you said like gun store? This is not a gun store. This is a mission area. Would it be cool if we could crack? Well, actually, these things aren't. I'm not sure if those are display cases or like hover, because they're hovering, obviously, right? I'm not sure if there's like glass there, but if you could crack one of those open and yoink one of those to blast these guys, that'd be cool, right? Fancy new silver blaster would be sick. Yeah, like the one fucking Padme uses in Episode 1. I talked about it earlier. I would love that. You know? Actually, not just Padme, just like the whole Nabooian forces, the security forces. That's what they use. Like those things are like there's so many different like sound effects that pistols can use and have used, and different colors to blasters, man. Ah, man, like they could go crazy with this, and I hope they fucking do, because I want that. Because they seems like they have everything else down. Movement looks pretty smooth, gunplay looks pretty smooth, outside of, you know, controller slowness, you know. But they also, the thing is as well, you got to realize, as much as like you can like, nah, they're playing on control, like I do sometimes, plenty of other streamers do, whatever, you know, when you see these footage, they also don't want to do it like people who are good with controller or people who are good with PC. Because like, what do we usually see? People whipping their mouse around and whipping their shit and like, you know, like going crazy, and that does not make for good like introductory trailer footage. So I understand them playing it a little slower for this stuff, which is fine again, you know. But we just need big open maps with not a lot of restrictions. Like that chest. Go loot that chest. God damn it, man. Why? And we need good loot. Because my God, I've been needing a good Star Wars game to scratch the itch for so long, and Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order, they they don't scratch it for very long. They're very short and they don't scratch it very hard. They're like, yeah, you just a little tickle, you know, and that's it. It's like, bruh, you just leave me wanting more. So yeah, again, you might have seen that right where we just walked over the blaster there. That is almost certainly going to be exactly like what we saw earlier on the other footage where they're on the ship and they grab the E11, right? So that's going to be like okay, first off, blast right there. I hope we can just yoink that fully. That'd be sick. But yeah, they're like the big weapons. You're going to pick it up. It's going to have like a heat bar and then you're going to be done with it. And it can be out, right? Or like a battery bar and then it's out of juice, you know, sadly. So my guess is this is exactly the same as the E11. So don't expect that. Now, it's fun stuff to play with, but it's not like running around with that. I just want more than this thing, because as much as this is cool, I'm not a fan of this kind of flared barrel, kind of like, you know, it's a little, this barrel's a little fat for a blaster in my opinion. I don't know. Like, it's an interesting design as like the basic pistol, but I want different stuff, you know? I want different pistols, not for cosmetics only, but also for like different, like, I don't know if this is them like slow click, or this is like them clicking as fast as they can, but that's the max rate of fire. If that's the max rate of fire, I want fast blasters, man. I want slow blasters. I want big fucking shots, you know? Like, it'll be interesting to see. Even if they go the Jedi Survivor route and everything is just cosmetics, I will be disappointed a little bit, but it'll still be cool as long as they don't skimp on it. Because Jedi Survivor did not skimp on like the different pistol bits, you know, and different types of pistols in general. Do I want more than that? 100%. I feel like I've regurgitated the same comment a little too many times throughout this fucking footage, but you know, yeah, good old Star Wars Deadeye version.
There we go.
Aimbot engaged. Yeah, this looks sick. The environments look amazing, as you would expect, you know? Like,
I don't know, Kanaya.
I wasn't really worried about this game, other than, like, the comments I brought up the whole time, you know? Like, Ubisoft makes good open worlds, Massive makes good detailed open worlds, you know? Like, with the Division 1 and 2, you know? So if they just don't screw that up and they keep that going and give me a little bit of depth, a little something to chew on for, like, hunting loot and whatnot, oof. Because it seems like they've got some interesting, like, choices as far as, like, the rep system and maybe siding with one faction or the other, you know, and betraying people. Like, that maybe adds a lot of replayability to it, which is sick, you know? I don't know.
ND5, guess who's going to see the Queen? They must want this relic bad.
Good work.
There you go, that's his name, ND5.
What? Why?
So yeah, that's an old was it Trade Federation assassin droid or commando droid? I'm not sure which one. I think it's an assassin droid.
Here. Crimson Dawn knew what they were doing.
That's like, we've seen those kind of droids all over the place in the Clone Wars stuff, as well as there's a bunch of those running around as like the higher end, like mid-tier, the higher end like trash mobs. I'm not gonna say trash mobs, but higher end mobs that you can find in like Jedi Survivor, you know. So. Interesting, we got one of those other companions. Because by all accounts, those robots are pretty fucking badass unless you're a Jedi.
Your Majesty.
And even if you are a Jedi, they're kind of like, they're gonna make you work for it, you know?
But I also got this relic back for you from Crimson Dawn.
Our expansion has made us vulnerable, Mother.
It will make the Hive stronger.
We don't need the Outer Rim. Our place is here.
We have decided.
Okay, so relic's back. You gonna let Ant go now?
The bomb maker? She is essential to our expansion. But the Hive also has great use for a thief like you. Work with us. And we will let Ankh go free.
Mother.
We got a deal then. Great. I'll just leave you to talk this out.
So yeah, that's it. Okay, I got visuals. I think they see me. Wrong one again. Good job, sorry, rip headphone users. Yeah, I don't know. I am crazy stoked for this game. I don't know, you know, if you guys are as well, sweet. If not, there's no skin off my back. I don't care. But yeah, I figured you know, Ubisoft sent me the footage, I'd go over it, you know, because I've been talking about this game for, you know, since they announced it, what, a couple years ago? No, I think they only announced it last year. We've known about a Star Wars massive game for years, but they only announced it last year, E3. So yeah, I mean, I'm probably, if you watch the stream enough, you probably heard me yapping about this game enough, so that, you know, it's cool to see us get a little bit more of a deeper dive into this. So yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully they don't disappoint with a lot of that stuff. But hey, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm gonna end the YouTube video right. Cha. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, folks. If you're new to the stream, you haven't done it yet, hit that follow button. I'm here Friday through Tuesday doing something. Friday through Tuesday, it's just